Welcome to another episode of Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is IK Grande, and if you watch porn, or if you watch gay porn, I definitely helped you get off. So today I have a special guest. He's a newbie to the porn industry. I worked with him on a project for Treasure Island already, which is called Cedars. He is a porn model, dancer, content creator, and nightlife performer. Is this correct?
Yeah, this sounds great.
So you do a little bit of everything.
Absolutely.
And Jersey boy.
Oh.
I have to mention that only because I'm from Jersey too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I grew up in the Hudson County area, and now I'm in Bergen County.
Okay, all right, Middlesex County.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, pretty much my whole life.
I went to school very close to Middlesex County, I think. Mercer County?
Yeah.
You know,
all
those colleges
related.
In that area.
If you believe in Central Jersey, that is, I guess. Everyone from Jersey knows about that.
So you have just started your porn career, or how far into your career are you?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, I took the dive, made the OnlyFans page maybe about a year back, and have dipped, and it's been a roller coaster through pandemic and what you can create and what you can't create on there. And then I had the shoot with you that really just kind of just shot me off with a bang. I felt it felt nice to work like that.
It was I held it off for a film that I'm doing for Treasure Island. The way they do it is they have some scenes, which you're going to shoot with Dolph Dietrich on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward
excited.
to that one. So, the way they work is they have scenes that are exclusive to the website, and then each producer has like a movie that they release throughout time or throughout the year. So that's going to be my first one.
Oh, and I love it.
You pretty much open up the entire film. It's called Cedars, like I said. Just because I wanted to set in a seedy motel, so where better for seedy motels than New Jersey? Actually, ours was shot in New York.
It was,
but it's still a seedy
here.
motel.
Yeah.
So tell me what you've been up to. You started your OnlyFans page. You started your fan site page. What? How soon after that did COVID hit?
That was a few months, yeah. But I was doing other stuff in between. I was trying to keep the OnlyFans running on the side of day jobs and whatnot, and doing other things. And then COVID hit in March, so yeah, maybe 6 months or so. I had a decent following, a few loyal people on there, and then can no longer film with other people because of COVID. So I had moved in with my partner at the time, and we filmed a lot together.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And then he created a page, and now he's out there, and we're both, doing our thing, trying to make something work from it.
So, is porn your first love? What's your first love?
First love is definitely not porn. First love was musical theater.
Okay.
And then I moved to New York.
That's right.
I met people who do porn. I made friends. I made connections, and I saw that there's more than the stigma that I grew up thinking about it. Whatever that may be.
So you grew up watching porn?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, what kind of porn did you watch?
So get this. I was straight.
We've all been there, right?
I watched straight porn. I was into. I had a long-term girlfriend in high school. And
wow. Okay. So you were that straight.
I was that straight.
Okay. So you grew up on straight porn.
Definitely. And I also didn't really masturbate much though. I would watch the porn, we'd go to your friend's house, get in the basement, and 8th grade or whatever,
really?
And you watch porn together. But yeah.
Huh.
No, I didn't masturbate much.
Watching porn with your friend,
right?
Right. If you're a straight friend,
but you never think it.
Yeah, you don't. But when was the first time you watched gay porn?
Definitely after I moved to New York.
Really? That long into it?
Yeah, so I came.
Get out of here.
I came to college freshman year, NYU, and by March it was okay, yeah, I'm definitely not interested in women anymore.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it was the world was at my fingertips in a way,
Yeah.
There was a lot of gay sex and gay porn available.
Yeah, you can go anywhere in the city.
Right in New York City, I think, as we both know.
So what was if you don't mind me asking, what was your first gay experience?
Yeah. It was a Tinder hookup.
Okay.
Like Tinder. That's the
Really?
funny part, you know, like
Not
not
even
Grindr.
Grindr. Yeah.
Right. It was Tinder. It was this guy at Columbia. I remember it was a night one night my freshman year. I like told my roommate or whatever like I was going out to like meet a friend in the area, and I was in the Village. I took the train. Never taken the train like up there before.
Okay.
Took
Yeah.
it up to Columbia, like whatever. And yeah, I like I remember sucking his dick in his dorm and like thinking like, okay, I don't think anything else happened though.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, baby steps.
Well, baby steps, right?
You have to walk.
I was scared though, for sure. Yeah.
So scared enough to even to tell your roommate, I'm going to go see your friend. It was like.
Yeah, but it was very not like I'm gonna go suck this guy's dick. It was like we're gonna go hang out and do homework.
Right. I see,
you know.
So so your first experience, then after that, what did you just open up to like gay porn, or?
Yeah, I mean, I
started watching that instead of straight porn, or do you still watch straight porn?
Oh no, definitely not.
No, you don't watch.
Yeah, it was kind of like a switch.
Wow,
honestly,
okay.
It was just like once I knew that it was acceptable and okay, and there was a lifestyle that was not what I grew up on.
Yeah.
Once that was made known to me, it was just like, oh yeah, this is the way to go. I'm not looking back.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And then I guess getting into doing it, I had filmed some videos with some people before I'd ever posted as well. So those definitely, once I had filmed them, then I was like, okay, I have this content available, like I'm watching it, it's great, like why not take the next step into doing it and posting things.
And here you are,
and here I am, yeah.
What have you been doing throughout the pandemic in New York? Did you go home? I know a lot of people that live in areas went home for a little bit, got off the island, but what have you
I was here pretty much through and through.
Yeah. What was your experience like?
It was interesting. So
is because
it's still going on. Yeah. I mean, we forget because now we're sort of back to some daily routine, but with masks and everything. So I pretty much was moving out of an apartment, so I just moved in with my partner for the time being. We were up in Washington Heights, and we were inside for the first however many months, not working at all. Getting groceries delivered, whatever it needed to be to stay in the apartment, really. We went outside to walk his dog, and then maybe about like June, July, it was like, okay, we maybe like a beach trip. We took, had to get out of the apartment somehow, and so we would rent a car and go into Jersey a day here and there, Jersey Shore, that I grew up on,
What's your favorite shore on the Jersey shoreline?
Well, I grew up going to Sandy Hook, never to Gunnison, but now it's all about Gunnison, of course.
So you walk around naked on Gunnison?
Oh, love that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, me and my partner spent a few days doing that this summer.
So you're a nudist?
Sure. Oh, I guess if you have to put a word to it,
Well, yeah, like you enjoy being naked.
If you come over and you don't tell me you're coming over, don't expect me to have clothes on.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So tell me a little bit about. So you got into gay porn, at least watching it. You had your first hookup. What and when did you develop like kinks and fetishes? Like where did they come from? How did you feel? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I think those came from sex parties.
Yeah? Okay, so you're not a stranger to sex parties.
No, not at all.
You really jumped into this.
Yeah, so, shit. I met a friend who runs a pretty well-known sex party in Brooklyn, and it was at one of his, like, smaller parties at the House of Yes.
Okay.
Believe it or not, like, back in the day or whatever. And then, I became friends with him, and we developed sort of a daddy-son kind of relationship that started me off in that. Definitely got.
So you like daddy-son?
Oh, love some daddy-son roleplay, yeah.
Okay. Do you think that comes from somewhere, or is it just something you developed, or... I definitely have talked to my therapist about that. All right, so it's in there. It's embedded in there somewhere.
Absolutely. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, yeah. I tend to like guys a little younger than me or a little older than me. So it's like a big brother and little brother situation.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Everybody's got their thing.
Exactly. I'm totally into all of that too.
Yeah. What about what would you say is the most interesting fetish or kink that you've gotten into?
Definitely piss play,
Piss
water
play.
sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Same person that again, going to these sex parties, there's a nice tub in the back, and so, you know, there would be a few whatever Saturday night parties, and I love to just sit in the tub, and whoever wants to come by and donate, you know, or release, however you want to put it. There, and I would sit with him. I would sit. Other people would join me. You know, it was awesome. You make friends, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's just, there's something about, you know, showing off and the exhibitionism of it for me as well too, I would say.
Is it showing off on your end or showing off like the people that are pissing on you, for instance?
Definitely both.
Okay.
But yeah, probably more like, oh, look at me, I'm getting pissed on, you know?
Yeah. But you hold a certain amount of power in that situation too.
Absolutely.
Isn't that cool? Like a lot of people, when I used to think of somebody pissing on me or something like that, granted, I've never had it happen, but the more I open up to so many different people and their fetishes and stuff, it's a power play, but you know, you never, like in your eyes, you hold the power. The other person might think he holds the power, but it's all happening. So
it's all a control and mind game, and it's fun. And you know, if you're doing it with people you consent and trust, it's all great.
So you mentioned to me, actually, I think I saw one of your posts, and you had a pup or a dog mask on.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, I mean...
And you have it with you.
I do have it with me. You do have it.
Okay. Where is it? Let's get it out.
It's over there.
Yeah?
You want me to get it?
No, we'll have...
We'll have me.
This is by Erection, his name is. That's his porn name. He shoots for Champ. I'm borrowing him for a second so I can have him shoot second camera. Okay, so this is a traditional pup play mask, right?
Well, there's a lot of different styles, I would say. This is the first one I've ever owned.
Okay.
I love it. I got it because it's yellow, because piss play.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And they would know that. Somebody would know. Okay.
I would assume so.
Is it comfortable?
Oh, it's pretty comfortable.
Can you breathe?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Would you wear that instead of wearing like a COVID mask?
You know, there's actually some great designers. One specifically, I wish I could remember his name right now, but I saw him on Instagram, and he's making sort of more like COVID style, like dog muzzles, and I know some people who have gotten them like custom designed or whatever, commissioned. Yeah, I would wear probably more like that. This one probably not. People would be like, okay, which is fine for me. But honestly, like if I'm wearing this outside, I'm gonna be like being walked, like leash, collar, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, so give me. You said you are just getting into pup play.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is good because I haven't done an episode on pup play, so it's kind of like an intro. We walk people through it. What is that like? What is pup play?
You know, I don't want to like try to give a general definition.
Yeah, well,
obviously.
How about what?
But
is
like,
pup play to you?
Because there's so much. I think for me, it's about there's an adorable aspect to it. Like the cuteness factor to it, but also like again the command and then control factor that comes naturally when you have a master.
Okay, so the master is the one that's would have the pups, correct?
Yeah, master or an alpha. You know, people use whatever word they want.
Okay. And you don't have to wear it the whole time. Don't worry.
Unless
you want to. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I just want to make sure you're comfortable. Yeah, no, it looks great.
I am.
So. You have an alpha or a master. What do they, when it comes down to, okay, we're going to have a pup play session, like walk me through a little bit of what that would look like.
Yeah, again, I'm going to take this off.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
Everyone would be different. I mean, I think you've seen the tails as well.
Yes.
I find those very fun to play with.
The one that you put in your ass.
The one that you put in your ass and then it wags.
I've seen that one. I've seen
there's vibrating ones.
Yeah, those are...
ones with B. Yeah, there's everything. And yeah, I think it's like, you know, for me, I'm usually on the submissive end. I've never been on the dominant end. Not opposed to it, but just the way the cards play.
What about, and just switching back to sex, are you on the submissive end with sex too, with guys?
It depends. I'm pretty versed.
Okay.
But
because I'm curious, because you came out of a hetero relationship.
Yeah.
Where I'm assuming you would have to play the role of top, or however you want to put it.
Definitely did.
So yeah, so,
remember those.
Yeah. So yeah, I
feel like I don't know. I'm a pretty fluid person.
Okay.
In terms of sex, in terms of gender, in terms of whatever.
Okay.
I'm dominant. I'm submissive. I'm what I need to be with
Okay.
the person. I think it's about the other person, with the chemistry that you have.
Okay.
And a lot of physical things will play the role in terms of that, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
But if there's a huge guy who wants me to be his dom top, I'm happy to.
Okay.
And more, we'll love it also, not just.
I would love to put you in a scene with, very similar to like Dolph Dietrich, but you topping.
Right.
Because that would be really cool.
Yeah.
The whole size difference is very, very interesting.
I'm game for all of that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that for another shoot after. But okay, wait. I think I
But
interrupted.
pup play,
yes,
yeah.
Pup play.
I definitely would start on, all fours and kind of get into it. There's pup sounds that, you can make. There's you're gonna have to give me. I know. Now that I said that,
you're gonna have to give me an example of.
There's
like
a
what
howl.
I say. Yeah, well, like what I say if I was an alpha and I said sit, right? And is it like when you're talking to a pup or a dog?
It can be.
Okay.
So I've had like random experiences where it's like I've just been told, like at a sex party even, have been like on all fours or whatever, and just was told to stay there, like had the pup tail in and was told to stay, and like the guy walks away, 10 minutes go by and you're like, okay, like I'm staying. Like, is anything else gonna happen?
So it goes through your head.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Okay.
And and you're loving it. And then 5 minutes go by and you're like, okay, but even then there's still something enjoyable about like not knowing what's gonna happen next, or
does pup play necessarily does it mean sex?
Definitely not.
Okay.
I think especially with toys, it could be just toys. It could be full role play. It could be, most of the time we'll end in sex.
Okay.
But
it's still in pup mode or pup.
I think so. I think that there's, I don't know. For me, it feels like an animal side of me takes over that is just more sounds than words, if that makes sense at all.
Yeah. I can see that.
Even when you're fucking, then it's just like the sound. It's
animalistic.
It's right. It's
primal.
animalistic.
Okay.
It's primal. It's about like not being able to actually like express anything else but or whatever.
Okay.
I find it super hot.
Sweet. Do you how far, like when did you discover that again? I'm sorry. I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but
yeah, I mean, this mask I got like a month and a half ago maybe.
Okay.
I have known about the pup community and about pup play since I started gay porn, I say, as well. There's a huge world on Twitter of like pups from all around the world. Like, you follow one pup and then like 7 other pups follow you, and it's like, and it's great. And I would say like that's probably one of my favorite parts about it as well, is the community that I found with it, because it spans genders, it spans races. It's it's definitely one of the broadest that I feel like I've seen. And people are just like generally like nicer to other people. I feel like when in that community, like I'll get random messages from someone who is may not be physically attracted to me or may not want to ever like have sex with me or whatever, but it'll still be like, oh, you're a pup, like I send you this like acknowledgement, I like like I love you for that, or something to that effect. Like I've gotten that as well.
Okay.
It's really cool. Yeah.
What outside of pup play, like what else have you noticed like during the pandemic that you're like, oh, I can get into that?
Oh gosh.
Because you have to have watched hours of porn, just like everybody else. Those numbers didn't spike for nothing.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the toys,
Mhm.
and definitely like some like double penetration. I never
Okay.
thought that was possible, but it is.
Have you've messed around with double penetration?
More recently,
Okay.
but you know, it's like that was something that I was like, no way, or like, and
Wow, man.
I'm still pretty like off limits about fisting, but you know,
Okay.
that's the one that's like,
But it's crossed your mind.
but it's it's crossed my
Yeah.
mind. I have huge respect for it. I love to watch it. I
Okay.
have fisted guys, but I just don't see myself at this moment of my life.
Yeah.
You know?
I interviewed Hunger FF.
Right, I saw
Yeah,
that like
he was-
5 days ago, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think like a week ago or so. He's awesome. I used to work with him. So.
Right, like huge respect. I mean, that
oh
is
God,
like
what he does is on another level.
it's another level. I
Yeah.
could not
'Cause
even hope to.
I've recorded fisting before. I've never shot a scene with him. However, I've seen his scenes, and I mean, I told him to his face, I was like, God damn, like, I don't know how you do it, but you know, kudos to you.
Right.
I can barely like 2 fingers, 3 fingers. You know,
Oh my
I'm real bad
gosh.
at that shit. So let me ask you a question. I'm not gonna hold you on. I'm not gonna hold on to you for too much longer. I just
Oh,
want to ask
please.
you a couple
I'm having a
questions
great
and
time.
introduce you to listeners. So your name first was,
Yeah, gnarly twink.
Gnarly
I started
Twink.
as
and so that's how you started on your fan sites and on Twitter.
yeah.
Where did you come up with your name?
You know, that one was one of the things that like I had like that one was like a fantasy thing. Like I had to like come up with the dream of like, you know, being a porn star, being, you know, an underwear model or being and calling myself that probably when I was like 19 or 20.
Okay.
You know, and then I didn't start till I was 22. I'm 23 now.
I know. You're such a baby. You're such a baby. It's so
I know,
adorable.
I love it. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Catch me.
so much. You guys, at your age, I just think that you have so many possibilities when it comes to like kink and fetish. Like so much is opened up for you guys. Like to
Yeah.
hear the things that you've already experienced. Like that was, you know, I was just talking to Atlas Grant and he was talking about piss play and how, you know, not 5-7 years ago, piss play was still like, I'm not really into that. And now everybody's getting pissed on. Apparently.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
How can
Even
you
the
not?
president.
Even. The...
Yeah, I know. We won't get
Oh
too personal.
gosh.
But going back to my original question, we talked about. I'm sorry, I asked about you getting into. Okay, so Hunger FF. We spoke about him. Spoke about Golden
I'm
Showers.
trying to remember too.
Yeah. Sorry, I jump around sometimes.
No, I love it.
Okay, so yeah, at your age, and I think it's very, very cool. Like, you have so many different ways you can go with it if you decide to continue doing it. I mean, I know that you studied musical theater.
Yes.
Okay. Ideally, that's the road you want to take.
You know, yeah, I want to do both.
Okay.
Like is what I've always said.
And you probably at this point you can. Like I feel like that's another thing that you guys have gained is you can have a porn career and still do mainstream work and it's okay. Like you're not going to get fired from your job because you have a history in porn or like it's
That's definitely what I'm hoping for and seeing more for sure.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely a few guys who I've seen who are like riding the line of both and every time I find a new one I'm like, "Oh, okay, like great, like, you know,
Yeah.
perfect."
Yeah.
Yeah. Two very different worlds, you
Yeah.
know. Even the musical theater performance I do is all gender fluid and mostly female roles. So it's
okay,
just
cool.
like
Yeah.
it's just two very different things.
Yeah.
So I want to figure out how they both work together in my life, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. Much respect for that.
Thank you.
So I want to ask you a question about your fan site and fan sites in general. You are a content creator. What's the biggest lesson you've learned as a content creator? Because now it's in your hands.
Yeah. I think collaboration is huge, obviously. Not even just who you're working with, but how you work with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And always being open to something that they want to add to it. Two heads are better than one in that way. I feel like definitely a lot of collaboration, and also a lot of perseverance. Just like keep your head down, and like today's maybe not the day, but if you're doing one thing every day, or however many things you need to put towards it each day, each week, each month, then the ball's rolling.
Yeah.
Sometimes
doesn't
it takes
happen
time.
immediately. Yeah.
And then even overnight sensations were not overnight sensations. They'll tell you they worked for years. So keeping my head down and also being open to the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now no longer Gnarly Twink, Liam Archer.
No longer Gnarly Twink. Yeah.
Liam Archer. What? Where did you come up with that name?
Liam was always a name that I had like through my childhood, because I'm Irish.
Okay.
So it's an Irish name. It had always been like this other. It had definitely always been a character I played, if you know what I mean. And then I wanted a name that fit me, and Liam very much fit me. And then Archer, I took it from another porn star actually.
You don't have to. Don't worry. You don't have
no,
to.
he knows. I asked him permission. Actually, I said, "Hey, I'm changing my name, and I think this fits well. Like, I think if we ever meet, it'd be,
It's very nice of you.
Right.
To ask. Some people just don't ask. So
because I'm sure who knows if he had it first or not. But it was cute.
Yeah. I like it, Liam Archer.
Thank you.
I have to thank you so much. You've, our interaction was on Twitter, and we did the scene, and I know that that's a certain amount of intimacy, because I've watched you get fucked by 3 guys
in a row.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Boom,
yeah,
boom,
no, I know. I wasn't even nice. I was just like, okay, action.
It was like, okay, sign this, and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So
nice
it's always really cool to like sit down and get to know models and content creators, and you have a good head on your shoulders.
Thank
I think you and. I'm not gonna lie, I have a bias because you're from New Jersey too. I love that.
If that helps, then you know what.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think because you get it. You've probably had a car at one point. You've had to drive everywhere.
Yep.
You know every single town or city by exits and like highways, parkways, turnpikes, all that fun stuff. So much respect.
Definitely.
I give you much respect for that.
Right back at you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I am looking forward to our shoot. We have that on Wednesday. It's going to be for Treasure Island with Dolph Dietrich, who I will be interviewing as well. And
awesome.
Honestly, Dolph Dietrich is a sweetheart. I think that you guys we'll have a lot to play with.
A lot.
Yeah, and before that comes together, we'll get together and talk about what you want to do and what you don't want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there is what you don't want to do. But yeah, thank you so much. Really quickly, I'm just gonna plug. Guys, if you like what we're doing, click subscribe on all the podcasts directories are hosting Demystifying Gay Porn. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Pornhub. You can watch it on Facebook. Just pretty much Google Demystifying Gay Porn and you'll find it. But yeah, click subscribe, that little bell notification, all that fun stuff. I've become that person.
Yeah,
you have to.
You got to. If you don't know how to sell yourself, then no one else will.
Yeah, but my guest this week was Liam Archer. Please go out and check out his stuff. You're on Twitter. What's your Twitter name?
Yeah, it's at Liam Archer XXX.
Okay.
Onlyfans.com.
Okay.
Liam Archer XXX.
Okay. Anywhere else?
Instagram, Liam Archer, only 2 X's on that one.
There you go, guys. So my name is IK Grande, and you're listening to Demystifying Gay Porn. And remember, if you've watched gay porn, I've definitely helped you get off. Cheers.